Hi guys, Teggy here. Just going to do my worst ever Premier League 11. So first of all, I've got Peter Enkelman in goal. I've chosen Peter Enkelman because if any of you haven't seen the Midlands Derby game, where his own player did a throw in back to him, and he just got a little bit of studs on it, and it went into the back of his own net. I think he's been a terrible goalkeeper for Aston Villa and all the other teams he's been to. My right back is Emmanuel Eboué. I've chosen this because there was a game for Arsenal where he was on as a substitute, and he was having such a terrible game that he got substituted again. So he got the dreaded sub on and sub off, and the crowd were booing him like his own fans. Next up, I've got Titus Bramble in the right centre back position. He's just a donkey. He's been terrible for all the teams that he's been at. I saw him play this season for Sunderland against Reading, and he was terrible in that game as well. Next, I've got John Allen Boonsong, who was at Newcastle. They paid 8 million for him, and he was terrible. Next up, left back, I've got Andre Santos of Arsenal. He hasn't been playing very well. I don't think he's very good. He was in the Brazil team for a bit, but that he's sort of died out now, and he's just gone off the ball. El Hadj Diouf is my right midfielder. Nothing to say about him. He's just a twat, to be honest. Next up, I've got Gareth Barry. I've chosen Gareth Barry because I think he's an average player in a really good team for Man City. I don't rate Gareth Barry whatsoever. Next up, I've got Cleverson. He was terrible for Man United when he was there. Left midfield, I've got Albert Luque of Newcastle. He was terrible when he was at Newcastle. He came from Deportivo La Coruña, and he was just terrible. Next up, the two strikers, I've got Emil Heskey, who scored 117 goals in 524 games, which is a terrible return for a goal scorer. Also, I've got Hugo Rodallega, who in 27 goals in 136 games, and they're both in both Premier League strikers. So that's all Premier League stats there, and that's just terrible to get 117 goals in 524 Premier League games. That's a bit terrible for Emil Heskey, and 27 goals in 136 Premier League games from Hugo Rodallega. That is not a goal scoring player. He's terrible. So tell me if you have any people you want to change or who your worst ever Premier League players are. Comment below. Like if you want to like this video, and subscribe to me if you want to subscribe. Cheers, guys.